Well, Comcast came and they did splice our 96, our new 10 gig circuit, and I opened her up. I was just curious to see how they do it. Pretty cool. They spliced all 12 here, which I don't understand. I mean, I guess they just do it every single time the same way. But I like. I don't really like that, but it looks good. I mean, it's good looking operation. Basically, they just gave us a patch panel. I'm guessing there's another dude that comes to set the equipment, or I don't know. I don't know if we even get equipment because it's 10 gig. The 10 gig Sienna is probably expensive as hell. They could just give us the, I guess, just give us the optic would be fine. But pretty cool. Just neat to see how they do that. And then clearly, this is the pair they're going to use. Cool. So now we have Comcast circuits available in here. We did get our BGP stuff announcing, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna sit down and take a peek at that right now. And I have a telephone job to do today, which I hate. I absolutely hate. But we got one of these Grand Streams. Got some more Aristas here to unbox. This is just like a little 2-port ATA. Probably work on this first. Alright, so we are going to spend today on this. It's not working. So we've got our mux here, demux, and I am taking this to an ODM, which is this. So it's a So my channel 30 and 32 should pass right through here, but it's not for some reason. So I don't know if I got the wrong thing or what, but what we're gonna do is I'm gonna head out to where the ODM is, and I'm going to just put a loop back there, and then I am going to VPN into this switch and see if the link goes up. It's located 5 or 6 miles away, so I don't understand. This is a 4-channel ODM, so C 21, 23, 25, and 27, that's 4 of the channels, drop out on this ODM. Special service, it's got a monitor port, so maybe we can look at that monitor port when we get there too and see if it's got power coming out of it. I'll check the monitor port, we'll see what the power looks like, and then we'll, C22 to C28 is what drops out there, and these should continue through. Well, we'll see. So I'm going to take my power meter, and we'll check the power when we get there. So here we are on the far end, and I literally had my patch cable backwards, and there's my 2 links up. So it did work. Excuse me. We're gonna go ahead and I wish I could take that out. So I need to run and grab an SFP. we're going to be coming out of that SFP for the time being. Well, no, we don't have to worry about that yet. We can start building the switch up now. All right, we're out here in between a apartment swap. Somebody moved out. This is nice. Look at the ceiling height. That's cool. I mean, that's like 9 foot. I can't even touch the ceiling fan drop thing string. Yeah, pretty. I mean, pretty nice little spot. I mean, this is like real tile, exposed brick, and that's the original brick of the building. It's cool. And they left it. And the people were here, I guess, for a year. Left it in really good shape, and you can get a. Oh, they left that unlocked, so that's kind of hooey. But yeah, you even get like a little balcony. You don't get a great view with your balcony, but you get a balcony. So I got here, and I haven't done anything just yet, but I noticed that breaker was, I turned it off, but it was in the tripped position. Everything else seems to be okay. I'm gonna open up my panel, and we'll flip that breaker on, and I bet you that's all it is. Cool. So I did this back when I had my intern, and as you can see, I used a quick, this is a fast adapter. It's not the best thing in the world, but because the splitter is just right on the back side of the building, I think I had a ton of power, and it's just how it went down. And I did these 4 Cat 6s because in this apartment, which is pretty awesome, every room gets a Cat 6 drop, except for, so that's 2. That's 3 for the television, but I don't know where. Oh, they have 2 options for TV. That's pretty gangster, actually. So they could mount their TV on either wall. Yeah, I like that. But it looks like that's my problem here. Super simple fix. Ain't got no power. So we're pretty much just gonna flip that breaker on, and got power. We'll let that come up, it'll lock up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let old Kirk know. And so it's the living room, but it's a 15 amp breaker. So I'm not sure about why the living room receptacle circuit would be a 15 amp breaker. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe, but you can put, that really should have been a 20, I don't know. I get it, the smokes should be. Oh, this is living room. It looks like it's more than just that. But here we are, I'm locked up. And 2 bars, that's right where I want to be. So go ahead and I'll let the office know that, well, the problem was. Cool, so back here, and what you'll see is the other end. Got both my links up. Still waiting on Comcast here, and then I got my link up to the router. Gosh, that blue light is brutal. And we've got a link up here to the router. So let's go check all that out. Pretty exciting, making some progress here. This is the office on the far end, and as you can see, I have 2 10 gig links, giving me 2 times 10, or they call it 20 gig a second, but that's not right. And then over here, I got this laptop out of a dumpster, so don't hate on my Activate Windows hustle. And here I've got same exact thing, 47 and 48 that we just saw here. And ignore that too. 47, 48 here, and then it's connected to 1 and 2 on the far end. And it's given me the ability to, we could run 40 over this. I could add 2 more, and I could land them right there. And then I could run 40 to the place in the middle that you didn't get to see because it's super secret and I'm not allowed to videotape. It's like a 911 thing. So pretty much these 4 or these 2 right this second port channels, I could add 2 more into that port channel and just be off to the races, not interrupting these people. And then I could add, actually I'm gonna test that. I'm gonna test adding a 3rd and see if, I think there's a setting that it's all or nothing, so I need that to not be set. And then I could have also 40 go into here, or I'll probably just end up keeping them 10s, so or 20s, so I could just make another 20 there. That way it would probably be less packets per second wasted and stuff like that. I don't know. But cool. Yeah, really happy about that. So now my management network I need to start thinking about. I need to get injected into this switch. My management network, my old /24 network, and my new /24 network. Nothing to do with this stuff. So I'll have just my layer 2 stuff, my layer 3 stuff, and my BGP stuff on here. That way, because I need to get all 3 of those items shipped across this 16 kilometers, 17 kilometers to the far end, 17 fiber kilometers. It's much more driving than that. And this is all running over that single fiber. So we'll be able to get 160 gig worth of traffic over that, but we're not gonna, we're just gonna do the 80. Cool. Cool. So, what I'm gonna do is, I'm thinking about using port 52 for management, just so I can literally take our management network, plug in there, ship it across to the other switch, which is cool, but that doesn't solve a lot of my other problems that I'm going to be having. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take 4 of these ports and make a lag LACP from this switch over to my legacy network. And the only reason I'm doing 4 is because I show you what I got to use. I don't have any extra ports on the other side because I went to that Celestica because we were going to start doing a lot more density, and then I kind of screwed up because we ran out of space. We were gonna put our rack next to the other rack. Now we're in another room, so it slightly changes my game. But I'll show you what I think we're gonna do because it's the simplest hustle here. We're gonna go over here to our Celestica, and how I've been using it for density, for cable management, for density, just for a bunch of reasons, because one port, these are 100 gig ports, I'm using them on 40 gig DACs. So each, you'll see the light, 1, 2, 3, 4, that basically represents all 4 channels. So in this cable, only 1 channel is up. But if we flip down on that one, all 4 channels are up. So I've got 5 10 gig channels on that Celestica layer 2 channels. And on the Celestica, I have my management network, I have my layer 2 network, and I have my layer 3 network. VLANs, the whole works for the entire shebang. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come off one of these ports with a 4x10 AOC or a DAC cable. I might do an AOC for the distance here, because I'm going to probably get a 30-foot one, something like 30 foot. 10 meter is what we've been using to get to the next room, so I'll probably get one step above that. So I got some slack. And then basically I'm going to plug in a DAC here. I'm going to basically plug in a 4x10 DAC. And then I'm going to use that to link to my Arista, so then I'm done over here. I ain't got to worry about, because what happened was when we first started, I didn't know what we were going to be getting ourselves into. My plan was to use this stuff here for 10 gig. I made a switch stack. And then come out in pfSense, I got a ton of copper-based routers. And a lot of my phone stuff, a lot of copper-based stuff here. And I shouldn't have done that. In hindsight, if I would have just put a 10 gig switch in these two locations, gosh, life would have been so much simpler. But I do have one more slot here that I'm going to basically religiously keep open because I need that. And I need to get some of this layer 3 stuff out of this switch across to my other network. So I think this is the most economical. We'll get a $100 cable basically. It's going to connect us. And then I don't have to, and I've got some extra stuff. I did find that these 40 gig DAC cables, this is 100 gig. 100 gig DAC cables work perfect. 4x10 works, but for whatever reason, a 40 gig, I plugged a 40 gig into this and plugged it into the FS, and I couldn't log into it for like 3 minutes. It had like a heart attack, so I'm never going to do that again. And I am going to, I have another one of these at home, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll bring it in and make it my warm spare. I'll load a config up on it in case this thing ever kapoots on us. But it's been pretty good for us so far. I think it's been in service about a year now. I cleaned it up, and my only complaint is just, whew, she's big. She's big and loud when she turns on, so yeah. I think this is going to be an economical solution for us. That way I can put our entire edge onto this Arista. We'll have all 4 networks running simultaneously. I'm sorry. I gotta keep this door closed. All 3 networks running simultaneously, and it also removes this from this switch. So what I'll have is here, I don't need it. On my far ends, what I'm gonna do is plug an SFP in, bam bam, come off that to another dummy switch, like one of those, like just like a little 5-port switch, whatever, it doesn't matter, and then plug into all my management based stuff. So yeah, just a little bit of talking it out, I guess. But we are getting close here. We are getting very close.